exploring the unexplained. Unbelieve, only on The Podcaster.
Hello, we are about to explore unexplained phenomena, and this episode might feature opinions, views, and conspiracy theories that you haven't heard before or that might make you uncomfortable. All we ask is that you keep an open mind. Okay, let's go. Hello and welcome to Unbelieve. My name is Brian, and accompanying me on this journey of the unexplained is Mr. Babu Murli. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Murli.
Hello everybody. How much I'm getting paid for this one?
You are not getting paid, but you get to be part of something that I would say is, priceless.
Priceless? You mean not worth anything? Just joking. What are we going to talk about today?
Aliens and UFOs, or unidentified flying objects. Now, these have intrigued people for decades, and there's a mix of scientific inquiry, speculation, and of course, conspiracy theories. Now, I've actually observed a growth in the so-called sightings of UFOs in recent times. Now, what are aliens? I'm sure all of our listeners know, but aliens or extraterrestrial beings, in simpler terms, are life forms not from this planet.
Oh, that means my girlfriend is an alien.
Why in the world would you say that?
Because she is out of this world.
I'm pretty sure she's also imaginary. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, there are plenty of theories around aliens. I'd like to talk about some of them. There are theories like ancient aliens. Now, what are these? Some people believe that ancient civilizations were visited by extraterrestrials, and these are suggested by certain artworks and structures which are obviously made by the ancient civilizations. Then there are modern UFO sightings. The modern era of UFO sightings began in the mid-20th century, around 1950. I think 1947 was the Roswell incident in New Mexico, where an unidentified object crashed, and that led to widespread speculation about a government cover-up of alien encounters. Then there's Project Blue Book. This happened between 1952 and 1969. The United States Air Force conducted this study to investigate UFO sightings. Now, most were sort of explained as natural phenomena or human-made objects, but there were a small percentage that remained unexplained. What about recent developments? In the recent years, the United States government has renewed its interest in investigating UFOs, with the Department of Defense releasing classified videos of encounters with UAPs.
Oh, I know that one.
What do you know about UAPs?
I use every day to make payments.
That's UPI, not UAPs. UAP stands for Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, and please stop interrupting me.
Oh, okay.
Moving on. Then there's also extraterrestrial intelligence, also called SETI.
Oh, I know that one.
I just requested you not to interrupt me. Okay, fine. What do you know about SETI?
It is that one in Himalaya mountains. Very big and hairy monster with a long leg.
You mean Bigfoot, not long leg. And that's called a Yeti. I'm talking about SETI. SETI.
Oh, is it Yeti's sister?
For heaven's sake, please let me finish.
Okay, relax.
SETI or SETI is an ongoing scientific effort to detect signals from alien civilizations, and that's done using radio telescopes. It has nothing to do with monsters in the Himalayas. Interestingly though, you've sort of given me an idea for a future podcast. Nice. Anyway, moving on. There are also hoaxes and misidentifications. Many UFO sightings have been debunked as hoaxes or misidentifications of aircrafts, weather balloons, or sometimes even astronomical phenomena. There's a lot of ongoing research, and scientists continue to study unexplained aerial phenomena and sort of search for extraterrestrial life through various means, including space missions to Mars and the outer solar system. Of course, there are plenty of conspiracy theories. Some actually believe in this widespread government cover-ups of alien encounters, including the existence of Area 51 as a site for alien technology research. There's a lot of public interest, and the topic always has remained popular, with a lot of debates and discussions about the possibility of alien life and, of course, the implications of such a discovery on humankind. And I don't have to mention, alien and UFO themes are quite popular in media with iconic works like The X-Files, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and of course, E.T., the Extraterrestrial.
I have a question.
Why am I not surprised? Okay, what's it?
Why these aliens and UFOs are only seen by people and governments but not confirmed? With so much technology in this world, why there never been anything captured from space in camera, like spaceship coming from somewhere into Earth's atmosphere? Now that's a very interesting point. I guess from one perspective, if there are such discoveries, the governments may not release it to the public just to avoid panic among the people. Or you never know, maybe the conspiracy theory we just spoke about the government cover-ups is actually true. Who knows? Maybe these alien fellows, they should attend one of the Ambani weddings. Then nobody will stop full world from knowing about aliens.
I honestly don't know how to respond to that. Anyway, since we're on this government cover-up subject, I want to talk a little bit about Area 51. Do you know what Area 51 is?
Yes, it is after Area 50.
Never mind. Area 51, for anybody who's not familiar with it, is a place that has sort of spawned far more conspiracy theories than perhaps any other military facility in the world. So what is actually known about this secretive place? Area 51 is a US Air Force military installation that's located at Groom Lake in southern Nevada. Now, it's not accessible to the public and is under 24-hour surveillance. Area 51 employees themselves reach the facility by way of planes that are unmarked. Adding to the secrecy, the satellite imagery of this installation was censored until 2018. As of now though, Area 51 is visible on Google Maps. The only confirmed use of this place is as a flight testing facility. In 1955, the area was selected by the CIA as a testing site for the Lockheed U-2, which is a high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft. It's only after June 25th, 2013, when the CIA approved the release of some declassified documents, that the US government formally acknowledged the existence of Area 51. Since then though, not much information has been forthcoming. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about aliens? Many people have reported seeing unidentified flying objects in or around Area 51. How in the world did that come about? I'll tell you. In 1989, a man named Robert Lazar claimed he worked on extraterrestrial technology inside Area 51. He told a Las Vegas television reporter that he saw autopsy photographs of aliens inside the facility and that the US government was using this facility to examine a recovered alien spacecraft. Now, although Lazar himself was eventually discredited, his claims, sure enough, spun numerous government conspiracy theories, most of which involve extraterrestrial life. Now, according to the CIA, test flights are the ones that account for many of the UFO sightings in the area, and that there is no evidence of extraterrestrial contact at Area 51 or anywhere else. So basically, who knows?
God knows.
Oh, interesting that you said that.
Why?
Because one of the theories about aliens is actually related to God, or rather the theories are religion or faith-based.
Please explain that one.
Sure. Have you ever heard of Nephilim and fallen angels? Some say these are the ones people confuse to be aliens. The idea that fallen angels might be connected to aliens is quite a fascinating blend of theology, mythology, and ufology. Now, here's how these concepts sort of intersect. First, what are fallen angels or Nephilim? Fallen angels in Judo-Christian tradition are the ones who rebelled against God and were cast out of heaven. The most famous fallen angel, of course, is Lucifer, who is also known as Satan. What are Nephilim? In the book of Genesis, there are references to the Nephilim. Naphal means the fallen one. Nephilim is plural. Now, these are supposed to be the offspring of the sons of God, interpreted as fallen angels and human women. Technically, there were 200 angels called the Watchers who were thrown down and fell on Mount Hermon. And these angels apparently fell in love with human women and took them as wives, and their offspring are the ones that are called Nephilim. Some believe that the chariots of fire and other celestial phenomena described in the Bible could be interpreted as UFOs. Some UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists suggest that what we perceive as aliens today could actually be fallen angels or demonic entities. This perspective often comes from a Christian viewpoint, seeing alien abductions and encounters as spiritual deceptions or demonic activity. Now, what are the similarities in descriptions? Both fallen angels and aliens are often described as powerful, otherworldly beings with advanced knowledge and capabilities. The abduction narratives in UFO lore sometimes parallel the stories of demonic possession or encounters with supernatural beings in religious texts. Obviously, this is related to cultural interpretation. The way different cultures interpret unexplained phenomena can vary very greatly. What one culture might describe as an alien encounter, another might interpret as a spiritual or demonic event.
What about you? What do you think?
Well, I tend to sort of bend towards the fallen angel theory. Why? That's a completely different podcast on its own. But there have been plenty of reading that I've done, and I found quite interesting discoveries. Like, for example, scientists have apparently found alien megastructures called Dyson spheres. Interestingly, they look a lot like the description of one of the kinds of angels in the book of Ezekiel. Is that what the scientists discovered? I don't really know, but the similarities do fascinate me. And there are plenty of similar things that I have read and studied. Maybe, like I said, another podcast. For now, it's time to bring this podcast to an end.
You are not going to ask me what I believe?
No, we're out of time.
Hey, please, I have very, very interesting one.
Fine, but make it quick.
You know, one more fantastic story that is connected to aliens.
What's that?
Hollow Earth.
No, not that, no. For those of you listening who are wondering what this is, the Hollow Earth conspiracy theory is an idea that proposes that the Earth is entirely or maybe partially hollow, with a vast entire space or spaces that might be inhabited by advanced civilizations, maybe lost tribes, or even alien beings. There are ancient myths and legends like, for example, the Greeks spoke about Hades, the underworld. The Tibetans mention the mystical city of Shambhala beneath the earth. The concept was sort of popularized by Jules Verne's novel Journey to the Center of the Earth, which was in 1864, which depicted explorers finding a prehistoric world beneath the Earth's surface. And if you're curious, there are even some Nazi connection conspiracy theories that claim that the Nazis discovered entrances to the Hollow Earth and established secret bases there during World War II. And the connection to this podcast is, of course, UFOs and extraterrestrials. Some theorists believe that there are actually UFO vehicles that come from beneath, or rather the inner part of the earth, and they're piloted by advanced civilizations or aliens living beneath the surface. However, the mainstream sciences strongly refute the Hollow Earth theory. Geophysical evidence such as seismic wave data indicate that the Earth has a solid inner core, a liquid outer core, and a solid mantle and crust. That is an interesting story actually, which is connected to the deepest hole ever dug by any human being. Russians attempted to dig the world's deepest hole, and there's an entire story around that which can be very interesting indeed. I won't talk much about it, but again, another idea for another podcast. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed listening to the podcast. I will be back soon with another subject of fascination or interest very soon on Unbelieve.
Exploring the unexplained. Unbelieve. Only on the podcaster.